now sparking outrage, appearing to show her tackled by police after a routine traffic stop. 3 days later, finding her dead in her cell. Police calling it a suicide, but tonight her family saying that is just not possible. The DA now investigating, and here's ABC's Ryan Smith.
Tonight, outrage at this video surfacing days after Sandra Bland died in a Texas jail. The 28-year-old activist,
my goal is to racially unite,
died 3 days after this arrest for allegedly assaulting an officer during a routine traffic stop. Police saying in a statement she was argumentative and uncooperative, but police appear to try to stop a witness from filming.
Am I on public property?
And Sandra applauding it. The medical examiner saying she hanged herself. Today, Bland's family demanding answers.
She was very aggravated. She claimed to be in pain.
They say Sandra was days away from starting a new job and would never take her own life.
Based on the Sandy that I knew, that's unfathomable to me.
This family needs to understand what happened.
The Texas Rangers are investigating, with the FBI monitoring this case. The family's lawyer telling us they hope to meet with Texas authorities soon to get some answers, David.
All right, Ryan Smith with us here tonight. Ryan, thank you. We're going to turn next here to new details of that miraculous survival. 16-year-old Autumn Beach speaking out tonight about the moment the small plane she was in crashed, wandering for 2 days and then emerging from the woods to call 911. Speaking about her step-grandparents who were on that plane, she tried to pull them out. They did not survive. Here's ABC's Kana Whitworth with the interview.
I was positive I was going to die, and then I was positive I was going to live.
With just a bandaged hand, scratches, and bug bites, tonight, Autumn Beach is telling an incredible story of survival.
Completely white, and then right as we were starting to go up, I could just feel the trees, and we just crashed, and I felt everything jolt.
Autumn's grandparents were flying her from Montana to Washington State. With just 30 minutes left in their flight, the plane hit stormy weather and crashed into a mountain in the North Cascades.
It's beyond me how I made it out that fast.
She couldn't get to her grandmother through the flames and burned her hand trying to free her grandfather.
So are you telling me that you watched your step-grandparents die?
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that's probably going to haunt me forever.
Beach said she thought she had fallen asleep and was having a nightmare, but there would be no sleep for 2 more days. Alone, she stumbled down the grisly mountainside, having watched shows like Survivor Man.
Survival.
She knew if she found a stream, she could follow it to a trail, then a highway. Help at last, she thought.
I was trying to hitchhike, trying to get a ride and flag somebody down, but nobody stopped.
Eventually, someone did.
We crashed, and I was the only one that made it out.
Tonight, alive, with burns to her back and hands, most of the trauma rests in her heart.
I definitely have never wanted to live more in my life. So having a second chance is the best thing that could have ever happened.
Kana Whitworth, ABC News, Bellingham, Washington.
Kana, thank you. Next tonight here to word coming in on former President George H.W. Bush.
The first topic here, it is common for cops to use argumentative, uncooperative. They also will use secret pressure points. Jimbikeman have had them used on me too. A common thing is to take their thumb and dig it into a pressure point of your arm that the average person doesn't see. And they automatically think that someone is fighting for no reason, so that the cop can take and put a felony charge on somebody who has not been voluntarily, unprovokingly violent. This is a common tactic. So what happened was, the perfect cop crime is when the cops put charges on the true victim. Jimbikeman have had it where there's a guy named Danny Cashmere Pipus who pulled a knife out on me. But I managed to take pictures showing the cops writing down his side of the story. I also managed to get where the guy is pulling a knife out on me. also got where I confronted him, and I even got a recording of this, where the cops were automatically siding with this piece of shit motherfucker. So what I believe happened is, first of all, number one, in a jail cell, I've not been able to see any place, especially if it's a single cell, where you can hang yourself. I ain't seen no hooks. Matter of fact, the hooks that are in jail, they're designed after a small amount of weight to give away. So the truth of the matter is, where they say that she took her own life, put them cops under perjury, give them a lie detector test. Now you'll notice that she also thanked this person who did the recording. And it also says that she was an activist. What does that mean? Does that mean somebody who questions dirty cop corruption? Has the guts not only to be good, a good person just sits there and twiddles their thumbs. A gutsy person, they do more than just twiddle their thumbs. They take action. And I'm not talking about action that would be violence against anybody, but maybe they take investigative action. Something that the cops don't like, especially dirty cops. I, for 1 minute, am not against cops. I'm against dirty cops. But it seems to me like there's certain professions that attract people that have a tendency to more be sadistic. And that includes your prison guards. That includes cops. That includes anybody that's in a position of where law gives them the authority to push somebody around, to bully them. I sure hope the family does a thorough investigation where it's claiming that this woman took her life. So, as I said, I, Jimbikeman, am not against cops. I'm against dirty cops. I recently, June 15th, 2015, was robbed of a jury trial where I carefully documented cops protecting American enemies. Which it seems to me that unless a cop declares an American enemy, a citizen can't, an American can't declare who an American enemy is, especially when they do it by statute. These boom car punk motherfuckers are American enemies. They do an unprovoked assault on the general population of Americans. But the average American doesn't know the laws that I know. The felonies of the boom cars is 876 of the Florida statutes called seditious organization. The cops could arrest these punks under 3015 of the Florida statutes. Then take away their vehicle on 932 contraband. These motherfucking punk motherfuckers put ambulance and fire department people in danger under 80610 of the Florida statutes. They break into people's homes under 8102 of the Florida statutes. It was the duty of Governor Rick Scott of Florida to call out the military on these motherfuckers that he could do under Chapter 14 of the Florida statutes. Not only that, Article 2, Section 7 of the Florida Constitution says unnecessary noise will not be tolerated. Not only that, all public servants, they swear an oath under 876 of Florida statutes. Not only that, the cops could take away these vehicles under 932 contraband. So there's so many laws that they can get these punks on, but they were aiding and abetting with these American enemies. And I got my proof. Okay? Cops love these American enemy boom car punk motherfuckers. Because they know that if you ask somebody to turn down their sound, These American war machines are low-frequency systems that are designed as home entertainment centers in homes, which is called your home theater systems. They know it irritates the fuck out of people to where they're trying to live in peace. Even the Holy Bible talks about Psalms 35:20 of the Bible, where there are people who lay in wait and ensnare the peaceful of the land, which is actually cop entrapment under 777-201 of the Florida statutes. And I was robbed of a jury trial where there was Brittany Forrester, who could have easily dropped the charges 6 months before. I had to go through hell for 6 months, being required to come to court appearances, but the cops weren't required to come to any court appearances. And not only that, Brittany Forrester, she took an oath of the Florida bar where it specifically states she will not maintain an unjust, controversial charge or anything like that. But she lied. She did a convenient lie to become an attorney, which told me that she automatically sided with the cops. She even admitted she's heard these boom car punk motherfuckers. So, although I've been jailed many times, and I have found that cops, they like to, bury their crimes by charging the true victim. Now let's talk about the airplane crash person. God bless her that she was able to make it out alive. I can guarantee you she was only flying for half an hour. She didn't think she was going to get in an airplane crash. The truth of the matter is we never know when we're going to go. But we better hope and pray to our Maker that at least we've tried to do something while we were alive to try to make things better for our fellow man. And I, Jimbikeman, I'm far from perfect. But at least I have tried to make a difference in my world and continue to. With the grace of God, I hope to. I hope to always be somebody that no matter what happens, I will open my mouth and not ignore corruption that's going on. Just like homosexuality is all over the United States now. Our Maker gave us a mouth, the most wonderful thing, that we can ignore things or we can open our mouth. And I hope to be somebody, no matter how many times I get punished for it, that I can always open my mouth.